Hello everyone. Thank you so much for viewing. Welcome to the video. This is YAHUAH. I am a teacher of Yahuwah. I have been teaching for over 20 years, but I recently came from Christianity and started teaching for Yahuwah in the awakening. So today I'm going to show you where is Israel. So here on the video online, we can see that we have the Israel that they tell us that are Israel. But in the awakening and the children of Yahuwah should know not to believe what they tell us, because they're never going to tell us the truth. And also, they're never going to allow it to be written in the Word. We have to have the discerning of the Spirit from the Father, and also piece things together. So the Father has showed me this over a couple months, and I had to put it together for a presentation for you all. So this Israel, we should know it is a desert. It's a desert. The Father will not put his chosen people in a desert while he give everyone else the best land. I submit to you that these are lies and manipulation, and continues to point to this because they want you to believe that Israel, that the Father gave you, his chosen, is a desert. I want you to understand, the Father gave you the best. I'm talking to the Hebrew Israelites. I know our name is messed up too, but for the sake of identification today, the Hebrews that descend from Abraham. So this Israel is a desert. And if you know anything about this country, you would know that it is. And it had to have dirt hauled in so that they could raise food for themselves. And a lot of their products is subproducts from other people. So, because that is not it. But this is America. And we know America is the land flush with milk and honey. But what I want to try to get to today, and I'm hoping that it's still on here, is okay, this article in the Jerusalem Post. Okay, it says Israel grow over 50% of its vegetables in the desert. And they say, how is it so? Well, this article was written in May the 23rd, 2023. Now, I'm not going to read the article. It's not important. I just want you to understand that Israel is a desert. And most people know that, but for the sake of those who don't. And so I'm submitting to you also that the Father is not going to give his chosen children a desert. And I want you to understand the world is built for the chosen. It's not built for anyone else. It's built for the chosen. And why would our Father, the Creator, stoop to giving us a desert? But all the other heathens that don't love him, that resent him, that hate him, he's going to give them the better land. Would you do that to your children? I don't think so. Well, so I want to show you this map. This map of the U.S. You can see here how close, you can see how close the U.S. is to Europe. Now, after the flood, all the earth was together. All the earth was together after the flood. All the land was together. After the Tower of Babel, the land separated, and the Father separated his children. He separated them. The demon seed has written in there like he drove them from, but he separated his land and he separated his children. But I want you to see here how close America is to Russia. They're right next door. Okay? They're like 2 miles away in a body of water. And sometimes this water recedes. Okay, so I want you to understand that and keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, the Father gave us a land that's flowing with the milk and honey. I'm going to show you the land that's flowing with milk and honey. So, can I get this to come up? This is the land the Father gave us. Okay. This land. This is the northern Israel. I should get a better map. It seemed like I would have had a better map, but I think the things I saved don't hold up. Okay. Keep changing. So, the USA map. So, let me show you the USA map. And most of you are probably from the US and kind of understand it. So, I want to show you Israel, and I'm going to show you Jerusalem that the Father gave me. Now first, I want to help you understand Israel. So this entire thing is Israel. And northern Israel is come down to here. Like here, right across here. Right across this area. This is northern Israel. And this is southern Israel, all the way down through New Mexico. And all of this is Israel territories, all these other places, islands and things. That's what the Father said. This is Israel. This is the land that's flowing with milk and honey. And you can tell this is so because the Shemites was the only one here. All of the Shemites. When the Father separated them at the Tower of Babel, this land separated for the Shemite people that was chosen. These are chosen people through the bloodline of Adam. They chose them from the beginning. Not because the Father chose them to be chosen in. He chose them because Adam was unrighteous. The manipulation about Adam is not true. Adam was uprighteous. Adam has a righteous seed from the beginning. If Adam had not been righteous, no one else would have been righteous that came through him. So Adam is the righteous seed. His son Cain is the evil seed. And they say to you in the Genesis story about Cain, when he left home, that he went off to the east. He went off to the east. Now, because they call America the West, he went off to the east. So he went off into the European, in the African area. But as I told you, this land split up. And when it split up, the Father took this land for his children. This was always the best land. It's the best land. And so that's why the Father chose this for his children. And so let me see how I find to show you the Jerusalem. I'm going to show you Jerusalem. What the Father told me is Jerusalem. Well, I can't see it too good on here, so I'm going to try to find another map of Jerusalem. Don't work too good. His computer started to mess up a little. I guess this would be a good video, good picture. Let's see, can I open it? Okay, so this is America. This side is Judah. The Israel. The whole thing is Israel. But this part, all the way down to here, is northern Israel. And the rest of it is southern Israel, all the way down into the South America. And these 5 states are Jerusalem, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Mississippi had over 100,000 temples. And Mississippi had about 1,000,000 miles. Okay, and you can research that. No other places have this. And I'm going to link my friend because he have all the information about this different things. I'll try to find his video and link it into this. I'll find it later. But this is Jerusalem. This is the main Jerusalem. This is where the Romans came and destroyed the temple. Now, because there's so many lies, I know this is going to be hard for a lot of people to accept. And that's fine. You know, what I would say is turn to the Father. Pray to Him with His name, Yahuwah. Acknowledge His Son, Yahusha. Keep all 10 of His commandments, all 10, found in Deuteronomy 20. And then He will guide you into all truth. You know, you don't have to believe anyone, but the Father put us here as teachers to help His children. The enemy is not going to help you. They're not going to help you. The enemy is lying because the enemy don't want you to know your inheritance. Secondly, we were invaded mainly through the Bering Strait. America invaded us through the Bering Strait also. Europeans. And also, they brought other Israelites and Hebrews that had been taken before. But most of us was already here. They killed quite a bit of us, but most of us was already here. It's probably less than 1/10 that they brought back from the European nations. Remember, throughout Upper Africa, and the Europeans have always invaded. And so, and as I told you how close this is, and almost people know when you can get through this area. Plus, when they had boats, did you think it's easier for them to come through this 2 miles than for them to come 1,000 miles towards the Atlantic Ocean, which is vicious, most of the time. It's very vicious, that ocean. And so, especially coming off the coast. But anyway, this is Judah. This is the second half is Judah. I say from all the way down, I marked this spot, here, across here. And this is upper Israel in southern Israel. But all the way down, and I don't know if I could use this. I don't think so. Let me see. All the way down into South America, and it don't open up like that. But you understand. And so that's what the Father gave me, because I have been praying about this information for at least a decade. I was praying to find the truth, mainly. And I didn't know the Father's name. I didn't know the Father's name until this year, less than 6 months ago. And I started using it when I found out. And it was confirmed to me that it was YAHUAH. And it was confirmed to me that the Messiah was Yahusha. When I found out, I began to use the Father name daily, dozens of times a day, and also the Messiah in my prayers, in my blessing, in my speaking, and I cast down all those other names. And so this is what I want to infer upon us. You know, we have been given so much bad information, and that sort of saddens me, because people are willing. They are willing to accept bad, erroneous information, but they're not willing to accept the truth of the Father. To me, because I've been seeking, when I hear the truth from the Father, I know it, because it's signs. It's signs that it's true. The sign that is true is, you think our Father, the creator of the universe, who loves us, going to give us the worst land almost in the world? And also, the people that invaded us want to take our inheritance, want to steal our inheritance. And Satan come to kill, steal, and destroy. So they don't care how they steal it. And anyway, I know there's some of you who are questioning this, and that's okay. That's okay. But for you who embrace it, I say, be thankful. Be thankful that the Father think well of you enough to give you the best land. And when we were sent all over the world as slaves, we were sent to Europe. And then they brought back others who they had forced out of Europe in the 1400s. So I want you to understand this. They didn't want anyone that knew who they were. The slaves that had been taken in the Greek era and in the Babylon era, they knew who they were. Their descendants knew who they were. So they had to mix it up. They had to mix it up and kill all of those people and force their children to come here. And so many other people have done all this research and to be able to prove that. And also the people who are doing the Aboriginal research of the Americans also have proved that we were already here, and we were all melanated people, you know. And I don't want to get too far in this, but the Father did not create any unmelanated people, and that's why they hate you. the Father cursed them, and he cursed their land. And you can see that if you would look. That's why they have to go and steal what belongs to everybody else and take it by force. Now, we are not people who are fighters and murderers and haters, because we have the Father with us and on our side. Another thing I want to say, what happened to us is a tribulation. It's not a curse. Because you can see that in Revelation 12. It said he was angry with those who keep the commandments and have the testimony of the Messiah, the true Messiah. All right, friends. And they murdered those people, especially the adults, our Hebrew and Israelite brothers and sisters that had been taken to those countries back in the day of Daniel, back in the Greek era, and in the Roman era, in the early Roman era. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you could understand this video, what I was saying. Hopefully, I pray that you do, and pray to the Father Yahuwah for a better understanding and better insight in the spirit of discernment, and walk in all of his ways and keep his commandments. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and take care. Yahuwah bless you. Bye-bye.